Hi, it's Dana Love. What is a leading economic indicator? Well, we hear the term used all the time, and the White House uses it to say things are good. At the same time, the Republicans use it to say things are bad. So what's really going on? Well, first, what's an economic indicator? It's just a statistic. Statistics are used in sports all the time to tell how good a player is at a part of the game, and they're used in government for the same thing. They tell us how good a part of the economy is doing. Instead of RBI or WPA or batting averages, we look at prices, productivity, unemployment, federal spending, and a million other things. Just like sports, stats are only meaningful if you keep the game the same. You know how frustrated we get with golf equipment changing and people changing the golf courses every year? It makes Tiger Woods' stats totally different from Bobby Jones' stats. How do you compare the two? You can't. When they change the course and change the equipment, they change the measurements used for the statistic. So the best that we can do is compare players from the same time to one another in golf. Now contrast that with baseball. Baseball's worked hard at keeping the equipment and the fields the same, so their stats work across time. Ted Williams and Babe Ruth can be compared to Joe DiMaggio or Nomar Garciaparra. That's why steroid use pisses us off so much, because they screw with the numbers we use to understand greatness. That, and it's really cheap to cheat. So, economic indicators are just stats. They're not voodoo dolls. They're only valuable, though, if they measure the same thing each time. Now, I could talk to you for hours about how the way we measure economic indicators has changed over time, but I'll give you one bad example. If we use the formula to calculate unemployment today the same way we used it in 2008, unemployment would be near 15%. Why? From 2007 to 2012, the Office in the Treasury Department, which keeps those statistics, changed how they counted the number of people looking for work. By reducing the number of people looking for work, they reduced the unemployment number. That's essentially the same as using steroids. Nice, huh? So that gives background on economic indicators, and we can start to figure out now how valid those things are. What does leading mean, then? Well, leading it means the statistic changes before the economy changes. The two other kinds of stats are lagging, for behind the economy, and coincident, which historically moves with the economy. Do we have any leading stats in baseball? Anything we can say reliably changes before teams start winning or losing? No. Anything in golf or football that tells us a team is going to start winning before they do? The Redskins wish it were true, but no. What about lagging indicators? Well, sure. After the Sox won the World Series, did ticket prices go up? Did attendance? Did average pay per player on the team? When Phil Mickelson won big, what indicators went up for him? Endorsement deals, earnings, press mentions. Pick any stat you want. You can usually find one that lags behind a change. So when a Republican says that the leading economic indicators are all pointing to more crummy times, or a Democrat says we've turned the corner, what does that mean? It means nothing, because we've put our trust in people who use stats to lie. I know Congress holds hearings about steroid use in baseball. Maybe it's time that baseball held hearings about stat use in Congress. In both cases, it's cheating, it's cheap, it's wrong. But at least in baseball, they know it's wrong. In Congress, they pretend it's not. Worse, Congress is holding hearings and baseball's trying to hold itself accountable. Maybe it's time that somebody did the same for Congress. Well, there's your little history lesson about leading economic indicators. I hope it's helpful. My name's Dana Love.